Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me clearly? In the back, I can be heard? Good? All right, see thumbs up. I don't want to see any thumbs down, please, not today. Um, Again, thank you everyone for coming. We're gonna start on time. Um, God, sorry, let me focus. First of all, I want to welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this joyous event to commemorate the groundbreaking for the Diego Rivera Performing Arts Center. Um, it's another great addition to the City College campus and the adjacent communities. Um, Again, my name is Alberto Vasquez. I am the Associate Vice Chancellor of Facilities and Capital Planning. Several people. I do want to thank some people for helping get this groundbreaking going. The Chancellor's Office, Facilities Department, Kitchell, RNS, for organizers, and Voller here, who's doing photography and videography for us. And more importantly, I want to thank the citizens of the city of San Francisco for approving a Prop A 2020 bond that's making this this project possible. That was done in March 2020. We're 5 years out and we have 2 new buildings up, and this is going to be our 3rd new building. So we're looking forward to that. With that, I do want to start with the land acknowledgement. Adolfo Velasquez will be reading the announcement.
So before we start, my name is Adolfo Velasquez. I want to honor the spirit of a former part-time instructor here at City College and full-time instructor at SF State. I want to honor the spirit of a former part-time instructor here at City College, Dr. Jose Cuellar, otherwise known as Dr. Loco, founder of Dr. Loco and his Rocking Jalapeno Band, who transitioned to the spirit world early this morning. So with that, as a lifelong student here at City College, I'm a retired counseling faculty from EOPS, and most recently a contributor to the development of Native American and Indigenous studies. So I am more than honored to read the land acknowledgement today. So we at the City College of San Francisco acknowledge that we are on the unceded ancestral homeland of the Ramaytush Ohlone, who are the original inhabitants of the San Francisco Peninsula. As the indigenous stewards of this land and in accordance with their traditions, the Ramaytush Ohlone have never ceded, lost, nor forgotten their responsibilities as the caretakers of this place, as well as for all peoples who reside in their traditional territory. As guests, we recognize that we benefit from living and working on their traditional homeland. We wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors and relatives of the Ramaytush community and by affirming their sovereign rights as First Peoples. Thank you.
Thank you, Adolfo. I am proud to be here for this event, as it has taken more than 20 years from the initial concepts of this building, from past and present City College community and leadership. Okay. Over 20, so that could be 30, could be 40, but over 20. Over the next 30 months, this project will rise from the ground to create a 600-seat performance hall with a scene shop, a 100-seat choir choral room, a black box theater, practice rooms, flexible instruction space, faculty offices, a room for Diego Rivera archives, including the feature of the building, the mural hall, which will permanently display the Diego Rivera Pan American Unity mural. We will be starting the speakers program. Will be followed by the groundbreaking in the plaza near the Olmec outside, and then followed by some light snacks in the room 101. Quick comment, the mayor is running on a tight schedule and we'll be adjusting our speaker program so when he shows up, he can share his opening remarks. With that, oh, okay. All right. I don't have my joke book. Okay. So as I mentioned, the mayor has a very tight schedule. Once he's completed with his opening remarks, a few will go out and take a photo op with him for the mayor's office to accommodate his schedule so he can continue on to his next event. As the mayor of San Francisco, I'm sure he's being pushed and pulled in every direction. And we want to then continue the speaker program afterwards. So it'll be possibly a 5-minute break. If everybody can just remain seated, we'll go out and come back as quickly as we can. Great. It's with great honor to welcome the mayor of San Francisco, Mr. Daniel Lurie.
This is awesome. Look at this. Look at this crowd. Supervisor Melgar, this is exciting. Let's go. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, a little history because I need it. In 1940, Diego Rivera returned to San Francisco to headline the Fine Arts exhibition at the Golden Gate International Exposition on Treasure Island. Working on a scaffold in an airplane hangar before a live audience, that's a lot of pressure, Rivera painted his last mural in the United States, Pan-American Unity. Local artists worked alongside him to paint sprawling scenes of San Francisco and the American continent. The piece is 22 feet high, 74 feet long, and it weighs 60,000 pounds. The scale of that work reflects something larger than the art alone. It speaks to a belief shared by many San Franciscans that creativity belongs in public life and that artists are shaped by their community. That is why there's no better permanent home for Pan-American Unity than the new Diego Rivera Performing Arts Center at City College. This center will be an incredible place where San Francisco students, faculty, artists, and families can engage in the arts and connect with our city's diverse cultural history. It will also serve as a welcoming space for our surrounding neighborhoods, creating new opportunities for our local communities to experience performances, exhibitions, and more. This center will bring the arts closer to people's everyday lives while ensuring high-level training for generations of performing artists here in San Francisco. Let me also state clearly, the center also reflects a commitment we have to keep making, to create a strong pipeline of artists who can train here, grow here, and contribute to San Francisco's creative future. From galleries and theaters to music venues and nightclubs, our creative spaces unite us. They strengthen our local economy and they shape our shared identity as a city. This project exists because San Francisco voters believe in City College. City College is central to our past, our present, and absolutely our future. I am proud that we, along with the Board of Supervisors, my great colleagues there, as a city, continue to support free city programs. We are going to continue making tuition-free education available to eligible residents. This groundbreaking marks the start of the next chapter, one where art, education, and public purpose will continue together at City College's Diego Rivera Performing Arts Center. I want to extend my thanks. I want to extend all of my thanks to SF MoMA for its stewardship of the mural at its temporary home. I also want to acknowledge Chancellor Kimberly Messina Where are you, Kimberly? Thank you, Kimberly, for her leadership of City College San Francisco. Marco Mena, our Consul General of Mexico, thank you very much. I want to also acknowledge Joaquin Torres, our Assessor Recorder and a proud Mexican American, and the entire Board of Trustees here. I want to thank you all for being here and for your commitment to City College, arts education, and our wonderful city. Let's go City College. Let's go San Francisco. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As previously mentioned, this is where we'll take a 5-minute pause. We'll be back with more speaker program as there's a lot of great information and stories from some of our speakers. So just bear with us a few minutes. If you can just please remain seated for a few minutes. We'll be there. They are making their way back, so bear with us a couple more minutes. Again, I want to thank everybody for their patience. It was a great opportunity to have the mayor come out and have some opening remarks and have this wonderful day with a great sunny day. No rain. Couldn't have predicted that months ago. So thank you again for your patience. I do want to welcome Chancellor Messina.
Thank you and good afternoon. As Alberto mentioned earlier, there's so many people to thank for what is happening here today. But I would like to just take a moment and thank Alberto Vasquez himself. You know, when you decide you're going to work in these wonderful projects and buildings, you don't think you have to be an MC and introduce the mayor and do all of these crazy things. So we appreciate your patience and flexibility. Thank you. I'm not going to speak long. I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here. As you heard today, this project has been not 20, but how long? 40, 60 years in the making. So I appreciate the fact that I get to be here during this momentous occasion, but clearly I am just here to celebrate with you. I was not part of all of those years of hard work. And again, there's a lot of external support we've already thanked. We do have two people here, though, that are very special to me and to this project. And so I want to acknowledge Professor Madeline Mueller. And I also want to acknowledge Will Minez, who is as we talk about Pan-American unity, these two absolutely would be in the dictionary under Si se puede. Yeah. So without further ado, I just want to welcome you again and go on with our program. Except that I do want to acknowledge there are former trustees here who were part of the 60-year process, and there are our current trustees as well. And grateful to all of you, because without you and your goodwill in the community and your leadership, we would not have been able to convince the voters and would not have been able to achieve this. So thank you all.
Thank you, and just want to call up our next speaker, Marco Mena, the Consul General of the Mexican Consulate here in San Francisco.
Thank you, Alberto. Good afternoon, everyone. As the Consul General of Mexico in San Francisco, it is a great honor to participate today in this groundbreaking ceremony of the Diego Rivera Performing Arts Center. I would like to sincerely thank Dr. Kimberly Messina, Chancellor, for this very kind invitation, my recognition to her leadership in making this important project possible. I would also like to express my appreciation to all the educators, students, artists, community leaders, and partners who have worked to bring us to this moment. Today's ceremony marks more than the start of a new building. It represents a commitment to education, to the arts, and to creating spaces where creativity, dialogue, and community can thrive. Investing in culture is investing in people, and that is something we deeply value. Diego Rivera is one of Mexico's most influential artists of the 20th century and a symbol of our national identity. His work also has many ties with San Francisco, where his murals continue to connect Mexico and the United States. The mural Unidad Panamericana symbolizes unity across the Americas and the dialogue between cultures, science, industry, and art. Projects like this strengthen the cultural ties between Mexico and California, and of course, San Francisco. The Consulate General of Mexico is proud to support and celebrate initiatives that foster even more our already very strong relationship. Congratulations to everyone who is part of this inspiring project. May this center become a vibrant and inclusive space for students, artists, and the entire community. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Gracias, Marcos. I want to introduce Joaquin Torres, the Assessor Recorder for the City of San Francisco.
Thank you all very much. Felicidades a todos. It is extraordinarily moving to be here today when we're recognizing the power of our culture and our community. And I just want to say how moving it is and how important it is to recognize when we have leaders in government who are willing to recognize as a matter of respect our culture as Latinos, and to recognize a mayor saying to another elected official that I'm a proud Mexican American is something that we should not be taking for granted. It's horrifying that we have to say something like that, but it's important on a day like today. I'm Joaquin Torres. I'm your assessor recorder, and I'm so proud to be a Mexican American, a Chicano. I'm a proud arts advocate, and I just want to say to you, Madeline and Will, and to everyone who has spent decades making this possible, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be seen. Thank you for ensuring that our cultural identity is something that is respected and reflected in areas for future generations to benefit from. It is so meaningful. We are a home to some of the most diverse, representative, unique, and frankly exciting cultures and community here in San Francisco. People get discovered here. People discover themselves here. People learn and grow here. They are inspired by our art and by the fact that our artists don't just reflect our history or our shared existence. They challenge it, they shape it, they move it into action. This is where art fuels advocacy and social change, right here at home in San Francisco. Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo certainly knew this when they came here many times to practice their art. But there's something also very important here to remember about this mural. It is about respecting the Americas and this idea of unity and how important it is for politics and art to come together, especially during times when we are being asked to fight against fascism. And that requires an investment from all of us to remember those whose voices are reflected, the indigenous voices that are reflected in this art, with respect, humility, and care, and a belief in the power of our immigrant communities to make San Francisco the force that it is across cultures, across immigrant communities, including the Mexican American community here and the immigrant communities in Central American and every immigrant population that represent the Americas and that are being demonized today. This quote from Diego Rivera speaks so much about this. I know now that he who hopes to be universal in his art must plant in his own soil. The secret of my best work is that it is Mexican. It's not meant to be exclusive. It's meant to remind us of how important it is for each of us to dig deep inside ourselves, like the shovels in the soil, to remember and recognize and shout out with freedom and power how important our histories are and how important it is to respect them. That's what this mural means to me, and I know it's what this mural means to so many who see themselves and their stories reflected. And finally, we're in a STEAM building. We're in a STEAM building where the arts are being reflected, and it is so important for us to continue to invest in the arts like we're seeing today, and ensuring that those project labor agreements that make these buildings possible, that also reflect those who are seen in the mural as well. Working people, working families, because that's who builds the city that we are. So I just want to thank you again, Chancellor. I, of course, want to thank you, Consul General. I want to give extraordinary shout out to our supervisor, Milna Melgar, who also knows the importance and is a staunch advocate for the importance of the arts, community, and politics coming together to ensure that we can truly come together in pan-unity. Felicidades a todos. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Joaquin. Next, I'd like to introduce our new board president of the trustees, Trustee Chisti.
All right. Are we excited? I'm really excited. We got to bring the energy up in here. I know I only have 2 minutes, but I'm totally going to go over that, so apologies. And I wrote something, probably going to go off script, but here we are. So, decades of vision, persistence, and belief, we are finally bringing this all home together. This is so exciting. At the center of this moment is Diego Rivera's Pan-American Unity mural. Rivera painted a vision that rejected division, as Assessor Recorder Joaquin Torres said that. And so now more than ever, that rejection is important in today's society. For decades, this mural lived with City College without a permanent home worthy of its scale or its meaning, and yet it endured because generations of students, faculty, staff, artists, and community advocates understood what it stood for. That art belongs in public life, that culture should not be hidden or exclusive, and that education in all of its components will make this accessible. I want to take a moment to acknowledge folks, so I'm going to be going a little bit off script, but again, I especially want to commend Madeline Mueller. This has been your vision of decades and decades and decades, and here it is. We are breaking ground today. Mr. Will Minez, I was reading the Chronicle article on you, and just your commitment to this mural and all of its glory and beauty has been so inspiring. I want to acknowledge also my colleagues, and I'm going to name you, and I'm going to ask you to stand, because without you, we're a part of this. So I want to ask VP Zamora to please stand. Immediate past president Anita Martinez, if you could please stand, if you're able to. Trustee Solomon. Our newest trustee, Ruth Ferguson. And Trustee Heather McCarthy. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge our former trustees and name them for getting that facilities bond into reality. So past trustee Bridget Davila, if you could please stand. Trustee Rizzo, where are you at? You're integral in this project. I want to thank our facilities bond committee. We have Chair Linda Richardson, if we could also acknowledge you. And then also, I also want to acknowledge our student trustee who's going to be speaking next. And so please stand. We want to see you. I want to acknowledge Rudy Gonzalez. Thank you for being here and huge advocate. And thank you, Supervisor Melgar, because your commitment to City College and the district and for making this happen. So thank you so much. Oh, and one more trustee, Trustee Chung. I might not, but yes, I want to also acknowledge Trustee Chung. And let's see, where was I? So I did. And so when I was a kid, I grew up here in Lakeview, and I went to Sunnyside, and I remember coming to City College, and I remember seeing the mural, and at that time, I didn't really understand. I thought it was just a part of the college, and so now to see this mural now to understand its gravity and also what this space is bringing to our community is such a big deal, and it's so powerful. So it really means a lot. So I want to say the Diego Rivera Performing Arts Center will be a place where students find their voices, where artists and communities gather, where this mural finally lives as Rivera intended, in public, in dialogue, and at the people's home. After decades of advocacy, today we break ground and we bring this vision home to the people. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Chisty. Next is Angelica Campos, our student trustee.
I was not anticipating speaking today. But welcome CCSF community, faculty, student, staff, administrators, and my fellow board members, and our SF community. I myself am a proud Mexican-American student, woman, and also at CCSF, I briefly took a few classes in museum studies. I want to thank you, Museum Studies, for showing me a new world. But today we're here to celebrate the groundbreaking for the beloved Diego Rivera Performing Arts Center. Something some people might not be aware of is the Associated Students a couple years back were involved in supporting the renaming of Frida Kahlo Way. And it's amazing that the Diego Rivera Pan American Unity Memorial is going to be in a building that runs alongside a road named after his wife. So this project is a long-awaited treasure to our community here at the college and in the greater San Francisco Bay Area and the world. We have our Mexican consulate here, representatives here, and that's proof that this mural, this building means so much more than just something valuable to us at the college. This project is going to be a vital educational resource for the arts, as well as a major part of San Francisco history going forward. And in conclusion, students past, present, and future are thankful for all those who made this project possible. I want to thank Madeline Mueller. Thank you. My fellow facilities committee member, I want to thank Alberto Vasquez and the other various individuals who I don't even have names of that made this project possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelica. To add to more of the Frida Kahlo Street, the new street that's going to be adjacent Reardon is going to be Diego Lane. So that romantic relationship will continue, good and bad. So again, I want to welcome William Minus. He's the Diego Rivera docent historian and a retired lab manager.
First, I'd like to acknowledge my Diego Rivera partner of 20 years, the late Julia Bergman. The Rivera collection in the Rosenberg Library is her gift to us, and soon it'll be near the mural. Whenever possible, get a City College librarian to be your research partner. Kudos to all the student mural docents and their mentors over the years. Our thanks to the incredible team of SF MoMA, Adhow Fine Art Moving, and Sheedy Crane, who moved the mural. Gracias to the talented Mexican team from UNAM, the National Autonomous University of Mexico, who solved a number of daunting engineering problems in extricating the mural from the wall. And these are fruits of the MOU that the Consulate and City College signed in 2011. Thanks to Kiernan Graves and Ann Rosenthal and their team of art conservators who have lovingly cared for the mural. Hopefully they will be on the job again soon to maintain the mural during its storage. The mural is indebted to Nilda Gempel, right there, and her late husband, Herb, for underwriting many of the projects we've done over the last 20 years, like cultural heritage imaging, photogrammic study of the mural, which is now archived permanently at Stanford. Lastly, I'd like to introduce Donald Cairns right here in front. Donald Cairns is the little boy in the mural. His mother was Emmylou Packard, the primary assistant on the mural, and Donald is our 1 degree of separation from Diego Rivera. Please remember, there's a pool of good. No matter where you drop in your drop, the whole pool rises. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. And haven't called you yet. The next person needs no introduction. In that frame, we also want to share a shovel that's commemorated for you. I think, sorry, yes. Maybe, yes, Michael, come up and you can speak to it, Michael. Please do. I won't do it justice.
He said make it brief, so I'll see you. Bye. Thanks. Everybody knows Madeline Mueller, who was the inspiration for me feeling so great about the time I spent in the music department at City College, learning, listening, offering, collaborating through more chancellors and vice chancellors than we can count. And so the inspiration was there when this started happening. In 2017 was the first attempt. And you'll see, if you haven't seen it, another medallion that overrides that with 2025 and our dear chancellor. You've seen every one of those chancellors could have postponed, delayed, or canceled the project. So even though we just met, Chancellor, the power to change this was in each of those chancellors' hands, including the power to get rid of it. And so we want really to pay attention to their commitment to keep the project going. And if you don't mind, can we thank Chancellor? And you'll see as you look at that, we're also thanking everyone from the voters, the bond measures, the trustees who protected the project. CEO, I should have listed all the chancellors, but we didn't have room. And team, meaning all of you and we and us who supported this idea and pushed for it and complained for the delays, and are feeling much rewarded by that. Is that long enough?
Perfect. Madeline? Sure, absolutely.
2 minutes, huh? Yeah. Sure. I tried. So this is if I talked real fast, but I'm not going to talk real fast. To write up a very long history. Okay. When I was first hired to teach at City College in 1965, don't do the math, I went to a library and I looked up in a book. Doesn't that sound quaint? What City College San Francisco was most famous for. 2 things were stated. One of them was that it was the home of the Diego Rivera mural, officially titled "The Marriage of the Artistic Expression of the North and of the South on this Continent." And I love that title. I know Pan-American Unity is easier to remember, but keep that original title in mind. For many decades, the mural site in the college's little theater was a busy venue for hundreds of events, many featuring themes from the mural. However, the college has had no auditorium to fit the size and the needs of thousands of performing arts students and their enthusiastic audiences. The original plans of 90 years ago, not 60, 90 years ago, included a full performing arts complex, which just never got built in 90 years. When I arrived and said, "Where's your auditorium? This is an incomplete campus," echoing some local newspaper articles at the time, answers were vague and remained that way until a group of faculty, staff, students, community members, including elected officials, worked together to establish the 4 big necessities: land, a plan, funding, and a true will to get this thing done. I was asked to list or mention names of people to thank for the last 60 years who helped get to today's ceremony, but there are so many. So instead, I'm inviting everyone to help me continue to research, and write about the truly massive effort so many have contributed to reaching today's groundbreaking. Send me your stories. Also plan to volunteer for, we'll create, the Friends of the DRPAC, that shortens 2 minutes, the Diego Rivera Performing Arts Center, to help ensure that this facility will be fully funded and protected for years to come. Although today's event marks the end of 90 years of promises and planning, it is the beginning for as many future years for our students, community, and beyond. I hope that you will all take a small shovel. This is a miniature of this. A small shovel being handed out there during this ceremony when we go to the groundbreaking, and join in the actual groundbreaking, because you're all responsible. Thanks to Susie Argenti and Michael Adams, who will be handing out, distributing today's souvenir shovels, and to Michael and his daughter Angela for designing and ordering them in 2017, when we last thought that the building was about to be built. I certainly do hope this time it will finally happen, and I will conclude with the short first stanza of the poem Hope by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. So we'll see you all, I hope, at the ribbon cutting for a campus building finally large enough to hold us all. Thank you.
Madeline, I can inform you that we're hours ahead of schedule at this point, so we're on track. Next, I'd like to welcome Katia Fuchs, the Academic Senate President.
Hello, and thank you, everybody. And it's wonderful to see so many members of the community here with us at our college celebrating this amazing event. I am the president of the Academic Senate, and as some of you may know, that means that I'm here speaking on behalf of the faculty. I myself am math faculty, so Madeline, I do the math. However, as faculty, we come to work, we do what we do for one reason, or rather, at City College, thousands of reasons, and that is our students. We work with our students to bring them closer to their goals, whatever their goals may be, whether it's lifelong learning, whether it's learning the English language, just taking a class for fun, or perhaps transferring to a four-year university. The spaces where we work with our students matter, whether they are classrooms or studios or theaters or laboratories or libraries or even counseling appointments where we work with students one-on-one. It is important to have the very best spaces to do that work. And so it is so joyous that we are groundbreaking this theater that has been decades in the making. We gave a little history lesson of our own at our Academic Senate meeting yesterday. So we all know it's been since before World War II that this has been coming crazy. So congratulations to us, congratulations to Madeline, and thank you.
Thank you, Katia. Next, I would like to welcome Michael Medina Snyder, Classified Senate President.
Good afternoon, all. On behalf of the Classified Senate, I stand here today to say what a truly momentous day this really is. Today, we finally break ground on the Performing Arts Center at City College of San Francisco. Madeline, I know you have wished for this, worked for this, and prayed for this for over 60 years. And here we are today. I've only been at City College for about 15 years, but I honestly don't remember a single day when this project wasn't part of the conversation with you. It was always there, always moving forward, and even when it felt like it wasn't, progress was there. About 5 years ago, during the pandemic, we all huddled in a room. It was called the Builder User Groups, and we discussed and listened and planned for this project. That work truly mattered, and today, because of Madeline's dedication and the hard work of so many classified faculty and administrators, we are finally breaking ground. This will be an incredible space, a place where classified professionals and faculty can teach and support students, a place where students can learn, practice, and grow, and a place where our entire community can come along with people of the San Francisco, come together and enjoy wonderful performances. Today is also special because it brings us one step closer to welcoming back our treasured Diego Rivera. This mural has been missed, and so many people care about it, and we're so thankful to have it coming back soon. Thank you, Madeline. Thank you to all the classified professionals, the faculty, and the students. And most importantly, thank you to the voters of San Francisco. With every ballot measure connected to this building, they have overwhelmingly chosen City College to support City College of San Francisco. And because of that support, we are standing here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Next, we have the architect for the project, the primary architect, Doug Tom from TEF Architects.
Thank you, Alberto. Chancellor Messina, Council General, Supervisor, trustees, past, former trustees, welcome, other distinguished guests. The famous French architect, Le Corbusier, coined the phrase that, quote, creation is a patient search. Although I think that the project that we're launching today has stretched that definition quite a bit. 21 years ago, our team was selected by the college to design this building, expanding the campus westward across then Phelan, now Frida Kahlo Way, where then it was called the Performing Arts Center. And it would be the focal centerpiece of this expansion on this side of the street. Our original vision to visually align Science Hall with the Performance Hall lobby and the Fly Tower has withstood the test of time these 21 years. And only with the addition of the fabulous mural has it really enhanced that original idea. This building, now called the Diego Rivera Performing Arts Center, will do so much more for the campus. It will provide a venue for both music and theater, enabling student learning, practice, and performance, and as the mayor said, provide opportunities for shows from off campus who tour and might want to perform in this community. Plus, the mural itself in a safe environment will be on full display 24 hours a day. This project has truly been a labor of love for us. Our design team of architects, engineers, specialty consultants, numbering 18 firms in all, have maintained our dedication to this project and delivered what we believe will be a functional and wonderful learning environment for City College. I just want to take a minute to shout out our partners in this project. From LMN in Seattle, Sam Miller and Eric Perka. From my office, TEF Design here in San Francisco, Paul Cooper, Justin Blinn, and Sophie Dosick. And last but not least, the critical team member, Madeline Mueller. Our hope is that all of your community will thrive and enjoy this building for decades to come. And I promise you that your patience will be rewarded. Thank you.
Oh, we are getting to the home stretch. John Fode, the CEO from Rudolph and Sletten.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, dignitaries, board of trustees, faculty, staff, and community. We're the new kids on the block. We've only been here 2 years on this project. As the CEO and on behalf of our team, I want to say thank you for the confidence in us, Rudolph and Sletten, as your general contractor on this new Performing Arts Center. It's a pleasure to continue working with you on this wonderful campus. As many of you know, we built the building that we're in today, the STEAM building. And the synergies between the campus team, all the leadership, and our team is a wonderful foundation for the new project. We're very excited about it. Our team, led by Gary Taylor, Mike Datata, through the pre-construction effort, and our project manager and superintendent, Stephen Edwards and David Reed, have been working closely with Doug, TEF, and the other 18 consulting firms, and probably over 100 people strong. As well as the Kitchell for the past 2 years in the pre-construction on this wonderful project. and we're anxious to start construction. Over the next 30 months, I know a lot of you probably don't do a commercial construction, but you've built houses that have taken a year, 2 years at a couple $1 million maybe. So in 2.5 years, you're going to see this wonderful project be built. And the transformation of the site next door into a first-class state-of-the-art performing center. For us, now the real work begins for our team and the estimated 2,000 craftsmen and women that it's going to take to build this over the next 30 months. 45, in the neighborhood of 45 trade contracting firms that will be part of this creation. We're very happy to be here. We thank you for your trust in us, and we'll see you in 30 months. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring up Ken Smith from Kitchell, a program and construction managers from Kitchell on the project.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is a truly inspiring day. I'm a little overwhelmed. Our inspiration comes from delivering projects like this project here for the STEAM building. Education first. It really means a lot to us, and I'll echo Vice Chancellor Vasquez's comments. Every day we come to work, we're grateful for the city and county voters for voting in the bond. Otherwise, we'd be standing in a parking lot right now, and that would be really sad. I want to acknowledge the Board of Trustees, Chancellor, for continuing to support the projects to keep things moving along. It really helps us. I want to acknowledge the support and the faith that Alberto Vasquez puts in the Kitchell team that allows us to do our job. I think any great project out there starts with a great owner, and we have a great owner out here. It allows the Kitchell team to manage the projects, to deliver the projects in a way that is tough but fair. The RNS team, 2 years. You guys have been out here for 6 or 7 years. I think I've been out here for 6. And Mike, you were doing pre-con on the STEAM project before. Gary, you've been here for a while as well. We really appreciate the opportunity to work with you again. The fact that you brought all the key members back, all the names that you mentioned. I won't say that again. It really is about the relationships, and for us coming on board. I've been on the periphery for a little while, but last spring I started working on the project full time and starting the relationship with TEFLMN and their sub-consultants. We look forward to enhancing that relationship. I also wanted to acknowledge one of our team members who we lost unexpectedly this last fall, Michael Ransom. He was a big supporter of this project. He really loved the tie-in with Diego Rivera. He was a history buff. He's the person that says, hey, it's not 55, it's 57 Frida Kahlo, because that's the year he passed away. And he's very adamant that that's what we need to do. And so if you knew Michael, think about him today and smile, because this would be a very proud day. We are, like I said, very inspired to deliver this project. It's going to be 30 months, but it'll go quickly. By midsummer, you're going to start seeing steel and walls go up, and there's going to be the shell that's going to go there. And when we finally can bring that mural out of hiding, it's just going to be a proud day for everyone. And so thank you very much.
We're almost there. So others may say it, I can't, and I'm reading my notes here, but that they typically save the best for last. And luckily I'm last and it's my turn. So now I get to follow up with more of the thank yous and appreciation for everybody. First of all, I'm also proud to be a native San Franciscan and also a Mexican American, born and raised. So came to the school too at City College and transferred away and came back. So it's been a full circle for me. But I also want to thank my family who's here, my wife and kids, parents as well. And with that, again, the citizens of San Francisco who voted for the Prop A in 2020, the past and current Board of Trustees. I won't name everybody because the list has already been long and they've named it already, but our Citizens Bond Oversight Committee, which helps support that make sure we're following the processes. We have our chair, Linda Fadicki Richardson, who's here. We have our vice chair, Christine Hanson, and a member, Tina Martin. We have 3 other members, but they're not here today. I think Rudy left, but I also wanted to thank Rudy Gonzalez for his labor force, as this is a project labor agreement project. Hopefully we can extend that note to him. Now, I also want to thank as we thank this facility, it's not just a mural for the mural, it's also going to be a performance hall. It'll have instructional space. It will have practice rooms. It'll have faculty offices. It will function as a great space for the programs that will be here. And with that, it's also all the other college departments. I've seen people who are here from the centers. They're all supporting this project, even though it's not necessarily at their building. The main thing is that this is a college-wide institution building. And so we all want to thank them for their efforts and participation. If not today, they'll be participating and wanting to use the space in the future. So that's something we welcome them at that time. I also want to go through the thank yous now, or some follow-ups. I have the Academic Affairs Department, the Vice Chancellor David Yee, Aaron Denny, Dean of Arts, Madeline Mueller, Will Minus, already thanked, and the BEMA Department. They're the ones who've allowed me to speak softly but sound loud. And in the back with the videos, and also Voller, who did a lot of the photography and videography. Also within that, in order for the contractor to get paid, we have our finance department, which is under Julian Ligioso, Adil Ahmed, and Garth Cuisin for our contracts as well. And they do all our procuring and processing of payments. So we're gonna thank them in advance, because we're gonna need them to process that. Our facilities department, within our facilities department, Jasmine Kaw is our project manager. She's been running around outside everywhere, along with our office of Marion Lamb, Laurie Kwan, and Eric Birbaum. And to go with that, we have future caretakers of the building. We have our custodial department. We have our buildings and grounds with engineers, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, painters and locksmith, and landscape in the gardeners. That's our internal. We also want to thank the city agencies and departments that we've had to collaborate, work with, provide information so we can get some of our street permits in our buildings done. They're a big part of the process as well. The last group of thanks that I have is for our consultants. We have the Ann Kennedy group who helps us with our funding process. We have Ann Kennedy and Jeff Scoggin. We mentioned Kitchell, Ken, Eric Nguyen, Joyce Oishi, and Dylan Olson, who are part of the team that was referenced earlier. I also want to thank TEF LMN as the architects of record for the project, along with RNS, who's starting this 30-month journey with us as well. I don't know if they're here, but the Division of State Architecture, DSA, who approves our documents are important, because without them, we couldn't take our next steps in our project delivery. We have a few more. Our project inspector, I saw Jason Polisos here earlier, Advanced Inspections, our testing lab, CTS, Geotech, Nino and Moore, Stoke, our commission agent. And with that, that concludes my thank yous for everyone. And again, thank you everybody for your patience, for the pause in the process. Our next steps is to go out to the plaza, take some photos for the groundbreaking, and then afterwards, light refreshments and drinks in the STEAM 101, where there'll be some music. Yep. So as you come out the classroom or the space to your left or to your right, you'll find your way to the plaza. Great, and again, thank you, everybody. The student orchestra is performing live in 101.